Thank you very much for having me here. For who doesn't know me yet, my name is Thiago Martins. I'll be talking today about digital transformation and balanced aspirations between what we need, business value, and the role of enterprise architecture. So I work for Apex Group. It is a fintech, a global fintech. I lead the cloud and technology architecture and also leading the architecture aspect of the portfolio, group technology portfolio, service portfolio in Apex. I'd like to start by bringing this from the book of David Rogers, Change is Easy During Crisis. If we come back to 2019, companies need to change because they didn't have the chance. They need to act, they need to change it now. I'm talking about COVID-19, where multiple companies overnight need to suddenly find a way to speed up digital transformations, not because of specific programs, but because they must do it. And part of this, I started to think that make part of my research doing my master's degree, that was, okay, we have multiple different companies that accelerate digital transformation. And in my case, I was trying to understand what's the percentage of these companies during COVID accelerated cloud computing transformation, moving workloads to the cloud, and what would be the consequence of this moving forward. So during my study, I did two different studies correlated that was between surveys and interviews with multiple different decision makers in Ireland. And part of my questions to answer was, what was the decisions that was done would now reflect in companies maybe playing catch up in terms of governance, controls, etc. So one of the questions was cloud adoption since 2019 by Irish companies, how much they adopted it, how much it grows. So 32% of Irish enterprise had a transfer between 25% of their workloads to cloud since 2019. 90% of the Irish organizations have transferred between 26 to 50% of their workloads to cloud. And the other aspect that I asked was, what's our plans, short-term plans to move and increase your presence on cloud? 49% of the participants said they would expand significantly their presence, where 62% was for enterprise companies in Ireland. That's enterprise, large companies in this aspect was with more than 1,000 staff. So that is for who didn't go to cyber, got a little bit of cyber here. Coming back to David Rogers, 70% of digital transformation efforts fail. And he says that fails for the shared vision, no growth in priorities, no focus on experimentation, no flexibility in governance, and no change in capabilities. And the question that I want to bring for everyone in this room, decision makers, is why can enterprise architect help to drive success in digital transformation? The question that I want you to keep in mind is, how well informed is your enterprise architects in order to understand what is the business value, the business goal, the North Star, and your vision, and how this vision then cascades down to multiple different layers in your IT environment, your IT teams. So I would like to bring another book that correlated very well with business that was wrote by Ben Hunt, that he won a gold medal for rowing in the Sydney Olympics 2000. That is, will it make the boat go faster? And when you think about digital transformation programs, initiatives, you always bring forward your strategies. What is the initiative that makes sense to implement on the other 50 that you also need to implement? So which ones will make the boat go faster? which one is going to deliver the value for the company, which one is going to help to increase revenue, to engage better with the customers, which is the one that is going to help. And the enterprise architects, they play a crucial role in the IT in order that they can become a bridge between the business stakeholders and the IT team, where the enterprise architects, they should be able to go to the business, who understand the direction, who understand the strategy, and help them to bring this message back to the other more technical teams in IT, and vice versa. It's creating a kind of back and forth feedback where you keep the loop, keep the message, the strategy, the vision aligned. So when everybody is in this boat, everybody needs to go for the same direction in order that to achieve the objective. And one of the aspects from TOGAF is one of the frameworks, but this part of TOGAF is the digital partition book. Is you can see the strategy, you can see how this cascade down in terms of enterprise architecture, helping between define the strategy, to direct this for the portfolio management and the operations teams. So when you think about internal architects, we should think about them, about architects as collaborators. Someone that will help you, your internal advisors, that will help you to cascade down the vision of the company. So if you have today architects in your company, is how well aligned you as a leader are sharing the information, the strategic objectives of the company, the strategic goals that you have access to, and then you create your vision, what you want to be, your technology team, how this vision then is shared across, and how then the strategies is created to follow your vision, to follow the direction that you want to go. And then we come back to that aspect that was set why digital transformation failed, and now we're going to talk about how enterprise architects can help with these aspects. Creating a shared vision is you understand as a leader the business objectives. You cascade these business objectives down to your architects, to your team. This cascade, then the enterprise architects are going to start to engage with stakeholders. They're going to start engage with business stakeholders to understand what they want to achieve, what that needs, and then they bring back this vision, share this vision across. It's going to help in priorities. Then we go back to what will make the boat go faster. Is what is the programs that should get priority? What is the programs that is going to deliver the best value for the company? And help to enable experimentation. That is, you need to have a way to experiment, to innovate. And the enterprise architects who understand the business goals, who understand what we want to achieve, what is the North Star. He can also help to create this innovation hub, helping to build up a way to innovate, and this innovation have a target to be achieved. Flexible governance. When you think about architecture, think about frameworks. One very famous of them and very utilized is TOGAF. But it's very important to understand the maturity of the company. Every company have a different layer, different maturity level that need to be aligned with this framework, what you're trying to implement. If you have a very fast change company that just become enterprise, but it still doesn't have that governance layer, as a company that's very well established with multiple different frameworks, it's going to take a while until the maturity of the company grow and how you develop that framework and you implement what is needed for the company at that moment in time. And when we think now about this new digital era that we live, we used to think about architects that's that group of people in a very high tower that they get isolated there, creating high-level designs and take forever to deliver and blocking programs, right? We are living now in a way that we need to fast change. We are changing fast, so we need to fast delivery programs in order to move forward. And of course, every company have a different layer of governance, depending on the market. You're going to have higher regulations involved on that. But understanding what's the maturity of the company and what's the correct layer of framework that you should implement. And even you need to think about frameworks as standards, and you sometimes need to, okay, I can get some aspects of TOGAF, I have other aspects, just enough IT, just enough architecture that you can then create a customized framework from your company. Build new capabilities. With enterprise architecture, you can also do business modeling. You can capture all your applications. You can create all your capabilities, where they are deployed globally, and how then you can add new capabilities to your market. So in the other aspects, you can see that enterprise architect, he engaged with the business owners, he engaged with the portfolio, and he's involved in the strategy, in the investment, in the funding. So this is a circle that involvement, the information is shared across. So one aspect that I want to share today is a simplified view of a specific framework to deliver strategies. Is how AI drives strategy, governance, and digital transformation. You as a leaders, you probably have multiple different other heads that is also creating different strategies. You have the AI strategy, you have the security strategy, digital strategy, but are they all delivering the strategy that in the model, the standard, in a way that is easy for you as a decision maker to read? Are you able to measure success, to create KPIs? When you have a IT strategy framework, a committee where you define what's your standard to create new strategies, you define what's the directions, the vision, and how this is going to be implemented, then you create the life cycle of the strategy. And how this strategy then is going to be tracked, how you're going to measure success, for how long the strategy is going to be, what is your KPIs of this strategy, so you can then understand, okay, what you're trying to achieve with that strategy in a way that even with multiple different strategies, with different towers, you still be able to quickly understand and capture your need. The other aspect is related to enterprise architecture helping on the delivery. And when you think about delivery, we think about the agile methodology. In my case with SAFe, somebody doesn't really like too much about SAFe, but let's think about agile. Is enterprise architecture enabling agile delivery. It is a very simplified view. This view you can extend and add multiple different other layers and become complex. But the aspect I want to bring here is enterprise architects helping on the strategy formulation, helping to define the initiatives, shaping this, helping to create the priority based on the business value, based what features you deliver the best value, what needs to be delivered first, and how that is going to generate value. Back again, we will make the boat go faster. And solution planning, value proposition, let's create a continuous feedback of any improvement. Where you have your delivery methodology, in my case, we use SAFe portfolio management. You have the priorities, you have the solution planning, and you have a cross-functional team. That's a circle. You're going to have multiple different epics and features, and it's going to require different resources for different teams that work together to deliver that specific solution, and defining which part of that solution needs to go first in order to enable value early to the company. Thank you very much. That was me. Thank you for your time.